王国軍の駐屯地。
最高の騎士団グランナイスを目指しているんだ。
またそれか。
With the release of the global version for Gran Saga, I was somewhat excited to get into it. I thought I'd be playing this game either on the side, or maybe it would become one of my main, live service games I play once a day, have a little bit of fun here and there. But I was honestly surprised to see there was none of that. With all the hype surrounding it, I thought it would be a way better game. There's problems with the cash shop, the store is not that great. Everything just seems very uninspired and unoriginal, so let's get into it, starting with the story. The story is your typical MMO plot, bad forces invading the planet, bad forces destroying the army, bad forces destroying everything, taking over the world. Pretty much the same here, from what I can gather. I haven't fully played through the story, mainly because I quit the game pretty much instantly, couldn't stand it. And, usually I'll get the full experience even if I dislike the game, so I can get, my honest thoughts on the game in its full, entirety. And I want to be honest with you guys. But if I'm being completely honest here, I don't think I could sit through it. There may be a point in the future where I go back to the game where they fix a few of the issues for the PC version. But yeah, the story just it seemed to me very uninspired, unoriginal. I did like the fact that there's not really a main character. You've got your main cast of characters and you can play as them at any time, upgrade them. But at the same time, I don't know, in MMO for me, I prefer MMOs where you can fully customize your character. There are outfits in this game, but if I'm being honest, I don't think they look that good. There's like one or two variants of outfits that I've seen so far that look alright, but I'm pretty sure these outfits are limited time only, or maybe they have like a cycle where they change what outfits are in the shop. But I don't know. You guys will have to tell me in the comments, because I don't think I'm going to be playing this game any more than I already have. I've played it for about 10 hours in total, did not enjoy it in the slightest. The story is very boring. You've got autoplay, which I hate in MMOs, where they make you automatically walk to the objective. You can toggle this on and off, but they don't actually pinpoint where you're meant to go on the map. So you go to auto mode, you auto walk to this NPC, you talk to them, they speak about killing a few monsters, your typical MMO plot formula, and sometimes there's cutscenes. Moving on, the art style, very unoriginal. If you've heard of Gran Saga, I'm sure it rings a bell. You may think, oh, Gran Blue Fantasy, is it connected to that? I searched it up, I couldn't find anything, but it's weird because we got Gran Blue Fantasy, where you're playing as the main character, Gran. It's got Gran Blue Fantasy for a reason. You think of the skies, Gran Blue, fantasy, it's a fantasy world. The title makes sense, the game makes sense. With Gran Saga, I don't understand this, but the main character looks exactly like Gran from Gran Blue Fantasy. The art style is literally very similar. It's got this kind of pencil, like cell shaded type style. And I do like that style, but it felt very unoriginal in this game. All the characters just looked exactly like Gran Blue Fantasy characters. I don't know if they have like the same artist. I couldn't find anything, which was odd. Maybe you guys know more about that. But yeah, the art style is really unoriginal and uninspiring. It was a pretty game, don't get me wrong. Definitely not the best graphics. The cutscenes were cool, I won't lie. They were really high action packed. The voice acting's good. All of these things could have made a good game, but now they were just like, we're too lazy, so we'll just throw it all together in one game and call it Gran Saga and just put a Final Fantasy type logo on the front cover and think maybe you guys will buy it because of that. Well, it's a free game, so you don't buy it, but you get my point. You still buy a free game because you buy all the microtransactions if, you're not free to play. Which brings me on to the next topic, which is the cash shop. I was just shocked by the prices of everything. You got your maximum amount of gems that you could buy, which is like 12,000. I'm sure it goes down because it's a one-time purchase. So you'll still be paying $99.99, but I'm guessing you won't always have 12,000 gems from it. But that already is insane. £99 for 12,000 gems. That's like not even 100 pulls on the gacha banner, I believe. But I also checked this thing when I logged in. It said, oh, spend 50,000 paid premium gems, which means you can't use your free-to-play gems. They're the same currency, but paid gems just means you pay for them instead, and then you get a SSR weapon. I was like, oh, okay, 50,000. I wonder how much that is. I checked the cash store for the first time, and I noticed the £99 mark. I was like, okay, that's a bit crazy. And if you do the maths, to get one 5-star weapon, SSR weapon, it is almost £500. I don't know how much that is in US dollars. You know, I'll put it up on screen maybe. I don't know. I'm not too sure. But you know, you get the point. £500 for one weapon, and you can get these weapons doing other things. So I don't see the point. I thought at first maybe, oh, it's a permanent thing. I'm guessing this is something that goes on forever. So, you know, say if you played the game for 6 years straight and you spent like 400 quid, that's fine. I mean, I wouldn't personally, but you know, do what you want with your money. But you're given like 30 days to do this, which basically means you're wasting your money on a weapon you don't really need that much, if I'm being completely honest. That alone was insane. I also checked the reward box, and there's this thing where you have to watch ads to get a few bits of currency every day. This is very normal for mobile MMOs, but because it's on PC, there's no ads, which also means you can't get them. So instead of, you know, removing the feature where you have to watch ads on the PC version, they've done it so you have to buy a pack that skips the ads on the PC version. And it's like, you could buy a 7-day pass, I believe it is, for skipping 7 days worth of ads. And it's insane that no one really seems to care that much, because people are used to shitty MMO transactions. I mean, the gacha system, I like the animations, but I don't really see the point. The characters you get aren't actually characters, they're these cards and you use them in battle. They're not very fun. Speaking of the battle system, it's pretty much just an auto battle system. It's not creative, the animations look cool, but that's just about it. Anyway, this whole game is just slop. It's just an MMO with a cool looking art style, and there's just nothing there to have fun, to be honest. I'm not going to speak about the raids, the endgame content, because if I'm being honest, I don't understand why people say, oh, it gets better 100 hours in. I'm not wasting 100 hours on a game that may shut down one day, or, you know, I'm not going to enjoy throughout that time. It doesn't matter if I enjoy it after 100 hours, it's still a waste of time, and if you spend money on this game, it's a waste of money. So yeah, I'm going to be rating Gran Saga a 5.5 out of 10. Yeah, that is my lowest rating yet. It would have been a 4, but you know, they've patched a few things. They are actively working on the PC port for the global version, so maybe things will improve. There was one really bad issue where you had to use admin mode on Steam, otherwise the game would just not open, which is extremely silly. They've patched that now, luckily, from what I can tell, because I've opened the game without admin mode now. So yeah, thank you for watching, and if you want me to do a re-review of this in a couple of months, and if I change my thoughts, you know, I will do that. But without further ado, let's just end the video here, and I'll see you in the next review. Thank you for watching.